What's up, guys? Dilmer here, and welcome back to Season 2 of NASCAR Thunder 2004. I'm at Pocono Raceway for race 14 and 36 for the Running D Pocono 500. Last week at Dover, that was the second week in a row where we had a wreck on the last lap to heavily shake up the outcome of the race, where I was trying to pass Jimmy Johnson on the outside, but I slid up, got the wall, got into Jimmy Johnson, got T-boned by Dale Jarrett. So this adds to my already pretty hefty laundry list of rivals, which is something I didn't have as much of early on in this Let's Play. So far for drivers that want to beat the crap out of me. So Jimmy Johnson probably wants me dead as much as I like him in real life. Kurt Busch wants me dead. Dale Jarrett wants me dead. Kevin LePage doesn't want me dead as much. Stanton Barrett probably wants me dead. Matt Kenseth wants me dead. Ryan Newman's neutral. Greg Biffle is neutral. Kenny Wallace is neutral. So Kenny Wallace has the most respect for me on the racetrack right now. So let's go to Pocono Raceway to qualify. So while we're at it, let's go. Let's go qualify. As of right now, the Rocket Man Ryan Newman is the quickest pole time. Let's try to knock him off in something that looks like the result to paint scheme Dale Jr. runs. Notice how I said kind of, because this isn't the exact Exalta scheme that Jr. runs. In fact, a couple weeks ago, actually, the last race after Watkins Glen yesterday, which was a total derby, by the way. But congratulations to Denny Hamlin, and Brad Keselowski showed once again why he is a mirror driving fool. But I seriously kind of felt bad for Kyle Larson because he hit that guardrail really freaking hard when he got spun by Allmendinger. But when it's the last lap and you're trying to avoid a wreck, what can you do? You know, it's just you're in that helpless position. So we come out of turn 3. Pocono is different from other racetracks because of its unique triangular shape. That's why I frequently name it Illuminati Raceway, because, you know, Illuminati, triangle, get it? So for the first lap, it's going to put us 15th. Let's see what we can do for the second lap. Holy crap, my car is so freaking tight. As we make our way out of turn 1, down the Long Pond stretch. This is the old Pocono, so it doesn't have the catch fencing along in turn 2. So you saw some pretty scary wrecks up in the older Pocono too. Like in 2002 when Steve Park and Dale Jr. got together on lap 1. Yeah, that was pretty scary. Another wreck that was also pretty scary too was back during the old Pocono era, was Jeff Gordon slamming the wall in turn 1 because he had no brakes. But to be fair, Pocono needed a lot of safety improvements. Through that, we're going to get a 9th place starting spot, so we're on the inside lane for the start, which is good. So let's send to MRN legends Joe Moore and Bonnie Hall. Rest in peace, my dudes. Look at it as the honor Brian Clausen, the race to give tribute to Brian Clausen. Keep praying and stay strong, brother. The entire racing community is behind you, including all of us at the NASCAR Sim Game community on YouTube. Let's go. Oh, so the game's going to troll me and put me in 7th, apparently? So I should be watching out for Jimmy Johnson and Kurt Busch today, essentially. Here's the flower for the national anthem. So this is kind of scary. Kurt Busch starts right behind us in ninth. Let's look through the field and troll for alternate paint schemes. I didn't really see any in the initial fly-through. As the field of 43 men roll off the pit road, let's take a look at your top 10 people on the starting lineup. I don't see any alternate schemes, unfortunately. You know what I kind of find funny was, even though I crashed the last 2 weeks on the last lap, when I accidentally wrecked Jimmy Johnson at Charlotte and caused the big one on the last lap at Dover last week, or a couple weeks ago. So for this race, I start 7th. I already have 2 rivals behind me. I got Kurt Busch starting right behind me on the inside lane. So while we're at it, let's go. Pace car is off. Field is in the hands of Ryan Newman and Mark Martin. Green flag into the air at Pocono for 20 laps around the tricky triangle. If you have a lot of rivals, this is a great place to share draft. Ah, God damn it. Already, Jimmy Johnson and Kurt Busch sending a message by giving us the bumper in turn 1. 3 wide in front of us for the lead. Looks like Tony Stewart, I believe, is the orange car that's trying to make headway under Ryan Newman and Mark Martin. So we get Bobby Labonte coming out of the tunnel. As Tony Stewart goes to the lead entering turn 3. He was the real life winner of the 2003 event. Whoa, holy, oh my God. As we make our way out of turn 4, Pocono is a big racetrack. You're going to see a lot of guys take up this mile-wide front stretch. Tony Stewart is going to lead the first lap of today's event. Here we go under the inside of Jeff Gordon. Remember, he has recently come out of retirement in the 88, which I kind of like, but at the same time, this is it's Junior's ride, but at the same time, he's done so much for Hendrick. When the boss calls, you listen. So 2 laps, and we're already making our way up to 4th as Jeff Gordon and Tony Stewart battle for the lead. Ooh, we're going to try drafting Tony Stewart. We just go straight on the outside lane going into turns 3 and 4. We get into the wall. Things did get a little hairy right there, as it looks to me like Jeff Gordon, a 3-time Pocono winner, is going to take the top spot here with Tony Stewart behind him on the outside. Here comes Ryan Newman to try to take second away from Smoke. And you want to know why they call him Tony Stewart? Because around the summertime, he heats up and usually goes on a tear. In fact, that's how he won the 2005 championship. It was because he went on a tear in the summer months. 3 wide for second. How about this? 4 wide here at Pocono. This is going to be pretty ballsy right here. Oh, contact with Newman. Here we go. For the top spot. Caution is out already in the tunnel, and Pocono for a wreck. Looks like a small single car incident, possibly, as we race our way back to the caution. Here comes Ryan Newman. Whoa, contact up the racetrack. Mark Martin is going to lead everybody back to the caution. Bobby Labonte is going to plow right through us. As we go back to the first caution of the day at Pocono. It is for a crash involving Mike Skinner and Robbie Gordon. No other cars were collected. It was just a simple 2-car accident. Just got loose. As Robbie Gordon ran into him pretty good. So I expect both their cars to have pretty heavy damage. Great, we pissed off another driver. So with this, we already have our points lead to a 371 point gap over Dale Earnhardt Jr. Pace car is off. Green flag's back in the air. We are back racing at Pocono. If you remember, Bobby Labonte was our rival back in Season 1, so this is going to be pretty intense. See what he's going to do. He's not as pissed off as Jimmy Johnson or Kurt Busch. Mark Martin leads everybody down out of turn 2. When you think about it, 4 wide in the tunnel turn at Pocono of all freaking places. At Pocono of all places. 4 wide into the tunnel turn. That's almost unheard of. That's biblical tight racing. And in real life, if they ever went 4 wide, there's a good chance only one of them would have made it out of there alive. So we're going to try to get under Jeff Gordon for the 3rd spot, leaving me, Ryan Newman, and Mark Martin to contest for the front 3 positions. We're going to try to push Ryan Newman past Mark Martin for the top spot. New leader at Pocono. We might be cutting it real close here. Up to 2nd is, do we get the lead? Holy Jesus, our car is tight though. Oh, contact, but bouncing off of Mark Martin right there. We get a little bit of respect out of Ryan Newman. Ryan Newman has a reputation for being one of the hardest people to pass on this racetrack, and he showed it there. Of course, we had to freaking hit the brakes because I was scared I was going to come up into Newman. Oh, contact, Mark Martin. Going to go under Jeff Gordon to take 2nd. Here we go back to the top spot at Pocono. Look at that. 205 miles an hour before diving off into turn 1. That is how fast they go here at Pocono. The nice thing about drafting, especially at the big tracks, is if you have drivers that are heavily pissed off at you, like in my case, Bobby Labonte, Kurt Busch, and Jimmy Johnson, you can share the draft just to alleviate a little bit of respect. Got it from Ryan Newman right there. We're going to take the lead. It looks like, are there going to be cars coming onto pit road? Looks like. Already catching a little bit of lap traffic right here. As we make our way down the Long Pond, Pennsylvania front stretch. Of course, NASCAR 15, it was not kind to us early in the year. Well, in the first race wasn't uploaded because of file corruption issues, but the second race was not kind to us considering it was caution free and I ran 43rd pretty much most of the freaking race. So, all right, let's go on board the NASCAR Thunder 2004 Chevrolet. Fuel is getting tight when you think of it, so I'm probably going to hit this time. We have about 8.7 gallons of fuel up in the tank. But then again, I don't see be the only car coming onto pit road, you know? Coming out of turn 4. We're going to pull off a pit road. Hopefully this will work. We're going to actually pick 4 tires this time. Let's take a fuel gamble. We're going to do 4 tires and 1 can of fuel. Because 2 tire gambles, as much as we've tried it this season, just are not safe. They're just, alright boys, good stop. It's just not safe, you know? Just not safe, you just shouldn't do it. So, let's go. Come on, good stop, boys. Nice job. Good stop. Quick stop. And we've lost the lap from our pit stop. I believe we may be a lap down right here. Because Jamie McMurray and Terry Labonte have flown right by us. As we make our way down the Long Pond backstretch. Let's cross under Jamie Mack, get a position. Jamie McMurray, get a position on him. Add 31st to our list. Oh, no. So we basically trying to cross Terry Labonte right here. So we suck up on Mr. Labonte. How about that? So I guess pitting a couple laps for everybody else kind of helped. So that's pretty nice. Pitting a couple laps for everybody else worked in our favor a little bit. You see, most of the first pack is already peeled off into their in to make their scheduled round of green flag stops. Just a slight recap: there is one caution in this race so far. The race is currently being led by Jeff Gordon and Mark Martin in second, Kurt Busch third, Jimmy Johnson fourth, so two of my rivals, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. in fifth. There are 9 laps of racing to go. When you get to the line, there will be 8 laps of racing left. All reason coming out of pit road is a little tight because this is the old Pocono that again wasn't as safe as the new Pocono. So you saw some pretty scary wrecks here. And I didn't want to come up and just get rammed by Terry Labonte. Believe me, I've already pissed off enough drivers in this Let's Play in this season. We're going to drive it on down. So I guess the pit stop cycle worked because we pit 2 laps for everybody else, which actually may work out in our favor. But hey, you never know. We're going to come up on Matt Kenseth. Drafted him for a little bit coming down the front stretch. We are almost 33 full seconds. Oh, contact. Right up into the wall. We have almost a 33-second gap between me and the leader. The leader and the car in 15th, which is me. Which was the original starting spot from the first qualifying lap. We're going to try to go under Matt Kenseth to take 14th away. And we're going to try to get Matt Kenseth to get Rusty Wallace. I'm sorry. We're going to try to get Rusty Wallace to get 13th. In fact, there was Dale Jarrett. He was the car that T-boned us in the wreck on the last lap at Dover lap a couple weeks in the last race. So we're going to try to alleviate some of that anger from me and Dale, me and Mr. Jarrett. So as of right now, as green flag pit stop cycled out, Bobby Labonte has cycled to the race lead. Dale Jarrett is second. I am currently third at the moment. Almost got into Dale Jarrett a little bit. Hopefully he lets us by, which he does. So this basically means this probably is going to be me and Bobby Labonte squaring up for the win. Just like Season 1 at Texas. Wow, we closed up really good on Bobby Labonte this time. Drafting hard, too. Coming down the long punch on stretch, 5 laps to go. Bobby Labonte won this race in 2001. Here we come. Oh, how? Both of us into the wall as here comes Dale Jarrett to take second. If he does that again, I will dump him. I guess he just didn't like the side of our car and just drove us straight into the fence. Way to go, Dale Jarrett. I'm sorry, way to go, Bobby Labonte. Now I'm going to do the same to you. Dale Jarrett's going to block us all the way to the bottom of the racetrack, so we're going to have to get by him on the outside. Oh God. Why is my car so freaking tight? So far, this is a 3-car battle for the win. Bobby Labonte is leading. Dale Jarrett in second. I'm in third. I'm trying to work with Dale Jarrett so me and him can run down Bobby Labonte. The top 3 are separated by a second. Here comes Tony Stewart, Bobby Labonte's teammate, in fourth. Contact between me and Dale Jarrett there. Great. Two rivals. 4 laps of racing to go at Pocono Raceway. Bobby Labonte leads. We have a debris caution. This might be the end of the race. I got to go for it right here. Down to the inside. Oh! More door slamming. Could this have given us... Does this mean we might get another restart here? We don't know if it's the restart or if this may be the race. Coming through the tunnel turn and to the caution flag here at Pocono. Dylan Murray gets the caution flag when he gets to the start-finish line. He gets the caution flag over Bobby Labonte. Second caution is out this afternoon, and it is for debris. Survey says, no, we're not going to pit. This race is going to end under caution. That's happened a couple times this season. Is I win the Pocono 500 over Bobby Labonte, Dale Jarrett, Tony Stewart, and Ryan Newman. I think this is my 8th win. I don't know. I didn't look for the start of this recording. So, yay, we earned another win this season at Pocono to go to our win total. Let's do a lap to salute the fans, and to salute Alan Quickie and David Pearson. By doing a reverse lap around Pocono Raceway. Coming back down through turn 1. And we're going to jump off right in pit road. With a hard shot to the pit road entrance. Or pit road exit sign. So after a little bit of bumping and grinding, sucks that debris caution had to come out because this is looking to be a pretty epic race when you think about between me and Dale Jarrett and Bobby Labonte. Really epic race. So we're going to pull up into our stall. As the texture is beginning to shake. Look at that. We were 3 wide coming out of turn 3. That was totally accidental. I don't know why this game always says the 83 car. It looks to have the beginnings of a rivalry when it was entirely accidental. Look, this is Rio 4. And this is the caution that ended the race. I was pushing Bobby Labonte in the 18. I got into Elliott Sadler a little bit early on, so this is a recap of some pretty close racing. Jimmy Johnson gave us the bumper in turn 1. I thought he was going to spin us out. Look at that. He is in our bumper. Coming out of turn 2 right here. He gave us the bumper here. Look at that. Jeff Gordon and Mark Martin got together in turn 3. I slid the car right under Jeff Gordon to take 3rd. When you think about it, this was a pretty epic pass. I clipped a little bit of the curbing right there coming out of turn 3. It was basically a 6-car cluster for the lead. or a 7-car cluster. Look at that. Mark Martin, Tony Stewart. Oh, I'm sorry. This is a 7-car, 8-car cluster for the lead. Man, I'm tired. So we enjoyed another win at Pocono. Pocono is a pretty good track for us in this game. When you think about it. How about that? The look of jubilance. As we celebrate another win in this Let's Play with our butt ugly orange-yellow uniforms. And we get a trophy that looks like something out of a Stuckey's. Minus 40 for Bobby Labonte, minus 60 for Jimmy Johnson, minus 50 for Kurt Busch, and plus 26 for Jeff Gordon. So I win today's Pocono 500. Bobby Labonte finishes second. Dale Jarrett finishes third. Tony Stewart finishes fourth. Ryan Newman fifth. Rusty Wallace sixth. Matt Kenseth seventh. Sterling Marlin eighth. Jimmy Johnson ninth. And Jeff Gordon 10th. So check. No, Johnny Benson fell out of the race after completing only 2 laps. As everyone else finished on the lead lap. So playing the pit strategy game worked in our favor, which was nice. So let's take a look at the points. I've already settled into a 419-point gap over Ryan Newman. Dale Earnhardt Jr. finishes third. Jimmy Johnson finishes fourth. Mark Martin is going to finish fifth. Jeff Gordon is going to finish sixth. Matt Kenseth is going to finish seventh. Kurt Busch is going to finish eighth. Tony Stewart is going to finish ninth. And Bobby Labonte is going to finish 10th. Is 10th in points right now. Driver stats, don't need to check that. Driver respect has kind of changed a little bit. Awards, so Ryan Newman was the pole award, I earned the Gatorade Frontrunner award. Terry Labonte got the Picking Up Places award. Bobby Labonte earned the EA Sports Fast Pace and the EA Sports Move the Race award. I seriously forgot why they freaking took out the Rookie of the Year award in the later seasons of season and career mode on NASCAR Thunder 2004. I think it's really stupid, but I guess they didn't feel like slapping in, adding a few more Busch cars into the field. 10 poles. Chevrolet is 123 points ahead of his 123 points in first for the manufacturer championship. As I'm already killing it on the lap championship board. So, and in fact, I've actually gotten 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is my 10th win of the season. As you remember back to season 1, we actually got 20 wins, so we won most of the we won a good chunk of the season. We were like Kyle Busch the Xfinity Series good. So currently we have 10 poles and 10 poles and 10 wins. Much better average start here than in season 1, and a much better average finish too, as of right now. I notice I use the term as of right now very loosely. So the next race is going to be at Michigan International Speedway for race 15 and 36 for running the Sirius 400, just like the Michigan race in my stop motion series. So we will see you then.